And we welcome you back. Jim Twiggs, your All-State agent, with the hometown high school football game of the week. Third quarter kickoff on its way. And it is the Graham Falcons who are going to have to kick the football off. Low, rolling across the ground, picked up at the 30-yard line. A little bit of running room is across the 35 out to the 40-yard line.
Logan
and
Johnson.
That being, yes, Logan Johnson. So I guess you can say, to add insult to injury, great field position for the Urbana Hill Climbers as the ball is spotted down officially at the 41-yard line. It's going to be first down, 10 yards to go. Just underway in this third quarter, second half action here at homecoming for the Graham Falcons, and so far not a great homecoming at all as they find themselves down by 32.
Should be a running clock here,
yes,
too,
it should
in
be.
the second half as well, as they're up 32-0.
The one game we did, everybody, the coaches said, no, let's just go 10-minute quarters. I think that was the Catholic Central game, if I'm not mistaken. So the ball is handed off. Shields did not run it, but look who's with the football. He's just dragging people all the way, Nick Dorsey. And Dorsey came in with over 1,100 yards. Look at this. Finds the hole and takes off.
Van Hoos comes up with a tackle, hangs on for dear life. Also shooting across there is Ben Hillman and pretty much the rest of the defenders for the Falcons. And that's another huge gain. It's a first down with 11-11. We're just underway here in the third quarter.
And the ball set down at the 44-yard line, first and 10. 44-yard line of the Graham Falcons as the clock rolls. 11 minutes remaining here in this third quarter. Everybody in pretty tight. Going to hand it off again. Straight up the middle.
This one
is going to, say goodbye. On his way is Nick Dorsey, and a touchdown for the Urbana Hill Climbers.
That's a 44-yard touchdown run. Here it is, 44 yards. That's the second shortest run they've had tonight. And that's
that sounds,
yeah,
but it's true.
No, it's a 2-yard run is the shortest, but they worked it all the way down. See if we can get an extra point here from Ashley.
So we'll see. Ashley Deskins will, and she's just a freshman. I saw that 5'4", 100 pounds. When's the last time you weighed 100 pounds? You can't remember that.
I can't remember.
Ball placed down. Here's the kick. It's on its way.
Scooted
and
over.
It made it right over the uprights.
It's 39-0.
10:50 remaining here in this third quarter. And there goes Ashley getting the congratulations. Had a little rough spell toward the middle there where they were just breaking through and getting her. And don't forget our Good Hands Player of the Game Award. Going to be coming up during the post-game show. And that is Jim Twiggs, your All-State agent and your Good Hands man in Springfield and in West Carrollton. Boy, we've been doing that for 19 years.
And we had a female kicker here that first year we were here,
yes.
One of the second years. And she came out on the field, and I said, who's that guy that's kicking there? She said, that's not a guy, that's a girl. And she was kicking from the 45-yard line and just drilling them.
God, I remember that. Because you and I just kind of looked at each other like, huh?
And I think she pretty much started it off, and then in Springfield had a female kicker, and then Shawnee, and she was the first as far as I can remember.
Pretty much for the last 15 years, I think Shawnee's had a female kicker. From the soccer team, the first one was, I believe. So the ball, go ahead.
Running clock, just to let everybody know it's 10:45.
Yeah. Teeing the football up, and we're just about ready to go. Trevor Stewart also is a freshman. You look down that roster, a lot of freshmen on both of these ball clubs. 20-yard line, picked up, trying to take the ball up the middle, finding a little bit of running room, spinning at about the 35 and out to about the 40-yard line. And carrying the football was number 13, and that being Howard. So it's going to be a first down and 10, pretty good field position, and they're going to mark it right at the 40. That was on the 40-yard line.
Logan Johnson shot through there and made that tackle. He's been playing a pretty nice game.
Kevin Miller going out to the top of your screen as the wide receiver. Quarterback being Brady King as he awaits the snap from center. Hands it off, finding doing a nice job really, but then just not being able to go anywhere because of Preston Shields being one of the tacklers along with Max Neiswanger.
And I don't like to see that when you have a quarterback and your team's doing so well, because he almost came backwards on himself as he was trying to go to the sideline there.
How many ankles can you turn on
Yeah,
that?
exactly.
Yeah.
And then, who do you have backing him up?
Yeah.
And then you're going to put in a freshman quarterback, or the backup is a freshman, so that's not going to be good. So looks like they're going to try to do it. Thinking about a blitz here.
Boy, they are. And thinking pretty good. I know that tap the lineman on the right side means that's the way that he is going to blitz on the right side.
There he goes. He is coming.
And the ball snapped back, and I mean, just like that, Brady King said, uh-oh, and he went down.
You could pretty much blitz probably every play, because in order for the Graham Falcons to get back into this thing, they're going to have to do what they tried to do towards the end of the first half, try to throw those little short passes, but they're going to need more than 3 or 4 yards at a try.
Yeah, here comes the line. Pin your ears back and go after the quarterback.
That's
what the defense is. Yeah.
They're going to send the house here.
Now look at Ezra Lee. He patted the lineman on the right side. Let's see if he heads over that way again.
Yeah, man-to-man coverage.
He's going to be blitzing.
Somebody's going to get him
there
on the
it
slot.
Is. Here comes the blitz. Oh, and finding some running room over on that right side and passing it out in the flat. No good.
Almost had a one-handed catch there
by Kevin Miller.
A real nice try, and coming down with that defensive play is Preston Shields. And watch this. He rolls, and the ball is almost snagged out of the air.
And you wonder sometimes when they're that open. I think there was one player that was out there with him, how much he could have gotten otherwise. But this brings up a fourth down and 11 yards to go. And standing back deep is Isaiah Fonseca for the Urbana Hill Climbers back at the 25-yard line. Good snap. Here's the kick. Low line drive kick. Will bounce at the 35, and everybody's getting away from it except for number 15, Brady King, who downs it for the Falcons back at the 25-yard line, and that's where they will put it in play, the Urbana Hill Climbers. So the clock will continue to roll. Stop right now with the change of possessions. It's 39-0, and in the second half, I'm assuming that's the way the rule book reads, is if you're ahead by 30 points.
It's the second half.
Second half. Yeah.
And I think, what we were talking about earlier, there might be other, between two coaches or two teams, they might have a certain arrangement if it's,
no matter what it is. Yeah.
So it might be up to them, but always at the second half.
Preston Shields gets the snap from center, and there's the whistles. We're doing a counter play, and that had some yardage marked up on it, too.
And if you see the clock there, it continues to roll there. An illegal procedure against Urbana. That's one of the first, really, actually, problems they've had tonight.
Yes.
I think they might have had maybe two penalties is all. And, they were down in the dumps here last year. They didn't play, as well as they wanted to. And this year, now they just started coming on, but there's only 2 games left.
But that builds momentum for the next year.
I totally agree. But it's they finally found something that works, and they're sticking with it.
As Shields follows the runner through there who he faked to, but he's not going to pick up much, maybe 4 yards. So it should come out to about the 24-yard line. And that's going to bring up second down and 11 for Urbana. Yeah, there are a lot of freshmen and sophomores playing for these teams. I think the future is bright for both of them, and especially right now as we watch Urbana here at homecoming for Graham. As one running back in behind the quarterback Shields. As Shields will hand it off, and just churning his way up across the 30-yard line is Nick Dorsey. I can see where he's one of the league leaders in rushing.
Now watch him just cut off the left tackle there. And look at those legs. That's what we like to say. Keep churning. And a host of defenders coming in there for Graham. But at the beginning of this game, folks, Preston Shields had 482 yards rushing. Nick Dorsey had 1,113 and averages 8. And I think Preston Shields'
he's done well tonight.
Stats will go up there a little bit tonight.
My goodness gracious.
But from a Urbana team that used to pass a lot, this has really been kind of a change of plans and a little bit different. It's kind of nice to see some teams that were rushers, now come back. But anymore in high school football, you have to have, whether you like it or not, you have to have that balanced attack because you're only going to have like 2 or 3 or 4 real star players that can do both, and you got to make that work.
But then all the good coaches, they see what they've got, and then they coach for those players.
Exactly. Use what you got. I mean, it's not like college where you can draft them or, the pros. I mean, it's just a cyclical 4-year period, and you use what you got and try to encourage other players to try different positions so you can get them there.
And, boy, they are there right now. Logan Johnson will be standing back inside his 20 to get this kickoff, and there's the whistle. High snap.
I don't know if this is going to be a
delay a game.
Yep.
Yeah, the clock ran out. It's down to 0. And so Urbana will try it again. They'll move the ball back 5 yards from the 29-yard line, and they'll move it down to the 25-yard line. And so it doesn't make any difference, really. It's 4th down, and they will be kicking the football.
It's 4th, and they're punting.
Yeah. And they're punting, yeah. Low snap. There's the kick. Got it away, and it did nicely, and it takes kind of a nobody roll. It just rolls right across the field. It'll be inside of the Graham 45-yard line at about the 43-yard line, and that's where they will put it in play. They're going to take advantage of one of these. They've had some pretty good field positions the last couple of times.
And again, there's a flag on the play lane. Let's check in there with our referee again and see what he's got cooking.
Yeah, they're all gathered together. 3 of them are.
That's Bob Hess in the white hat. You can't see him. He's out of our picture there now, but there he is right there. You can see him. He was just being shadowed by the uniforms on Urbana.
I was going to say short and stocky, but the other 2 guys that are talking to him were just tall and stocky.
This is either what we're going to do for lunch after the game, Ohio State game, or where do you want to meet?
Where do you want to go for dinner tonight?
Yeah, we're at Dallas Stadium. This is where it all began.
Yes, it is for us.
For us.
Yeah. And
here's the call. It's going to be personal foul.
And offsetting again. So a couple of unkind words.
But we did see some good sportsmanship, helping each other up. I think there is a lot right now. It's probably a lot of verbal instead of physical. We saw the physical in that one play. I think some words
now if you're
are being
smart. You start whispering. You get up close to their ear hole and go.
Now they're going to do it again.
Yeah,
move it back.
So it's like it never even happened. As Austin Gibson is going to be back deep. He keeps moving up. He'll be standing at about his 40-yard line, awaiting this punt, and the punt being from Logan Johnson, who is who's a junior. Now he moves up even closer. As the officials finally get it whistled in,
and now that clock rolls at 4:21.
So waiting for the snap. This one's a good one. Here comes the kick.
That's even a better
punt. Another good kick. Fair catch being called for and taken.
About the 42.
Yeah, as he kept going backwards was Austin Gibson. So I think you're right. You're right at the 42-yard line where it's going to be first down and 10 yards to go. It just amazes me sometimes with your math skills that when you just blurted that out, 42.
It just comes to me. It just comes to me.
In your sleep. Local TV for me. Get connected right there on Facebook, Twitter, and Target. Community events, sports stories, contests, and videos. www.localtvforme.com. Stay informed and get connected with us. We'll keep you updated. Nice snap. Here comes the rush. Throwing it over the middle.
Nice pass.
Oh, nice pass. And actually, and he was trying to run so fast, it's like you run out of your shoes. And that being Austin Gibson. He was actually, when he caught that football.
Watch this. Now watch. He just trips over his own feet.
Yeah.
And senior is just, he was so excited that he was going to try to round that corner.
I think he might have gotten close. Ball is at the 32-yard line. First and 10.
That's the biggest gain they've had tonight.
Top of the screen with the 3 receivers rolling. Now looking over the middle, has almost got the ball. I'm trying to see who stepped in there. It looks like it was number 23, Nolan Smith.
Yeah, Austin Gibson almost had his catch, but good defensive play. Right there you can see it. Just in the last few seconds, he was able to knock it down.
And the quarterback is Brady King. And he's the man with a target on his back, I guess, because if you're on defense with Urbana, you're going, let's get the quarterback.
Well, that was their strength,
Yeah.
to find out how to stop that.
Wide open, but that was about a 900-mile-an-hour pass, and in and out of the hands of Austin Gibson.
Austin's had a couple come his way tonight and not quite able to connect.
Third down and 10 yards to go, as the Falcons would love nothing better than to see a score here.
I think they might have had, two first downs tonight.
Yeah, it's been slow.
There's another sack.
Yeah.
What a play, shooting in that gap again, another blitz. And 44 shot through there again, and he's just don't have a number for that, for 44.
For Urbana, yeah.
For Urbana.
Okay, it's going to bring up a...
Yeah, it'd be Trey Williams then.
Fourth down. And about 16, 17 yards to go as the clock keeps rolling with the clock. It's a rolling clock, as it is Urbana ahead by more than 30 points, 39-0 right now at this point. So fourth down.
Oh, look
Brady
at that
King is
blitz.
rolling and looking, got a man
Nice
wide open to
pass.
the center of the field. And I don't know if he's going to make it or not.
He's going to be short.
Cameron Van Hoos.
Yeah.
And it is going to be short by about a yard and a half.
Nice Swanger coming in there again. Boy, he's played a heck of a game for
Hasn't
the
he,
Hill
though?
Climbers on defense. He's been in there. But that blitz, boy, if you have to play Urbana, I'd keep that in mind or get some film on that, because you're going to have to shut that one down big time.
Yes.
Because they don't mess around with that blitz.
And don't forget, we've got the Player of the Game Award coming up, too, the Good Hands Player of the Game Award at the end of the ball game. And, end of the post game, as a matter of fact. As it is Urbana again on offense. And the one thing that I have noticed with Urbana is the quarterback doesn't seem to be running it as much right now. Trying to keep him safe. And turning the corner was Nick Dorsey, as he'll pick up a few. A good pursuit defensively down there by the Graham Falcons.
And we're under a minute here in the third quarter. That flew by with that running clock.
Yes, it does. Pick up of darn near 6 yards. We'll call it second down at about 4.5, maybe 5 yards.
And unfortunately, still drizzling. We had a 40% chance, and that increased quite a bit.
Well, we're getting all 40% chance of it. Just had a 60% chance it wouldn't. As they hand the ball off, working it up the middle again is Urbana, and they get it all the way out
That's
past
a first
the
down.
35.
Yep.
There's a first down. 21 seconds, and that is just about going to do it. And I think, it is, as Urbana's going to the sidelines and going to talk things over before the fourth quarter. That ends it. 3 quarters of action, 39-0 in favor of Urbana, and more of Urbana and Graham coming up on local TV for me, Sports Network.